Hello, it is I, Dr. Brian Lorgon 111, coming at you once again from the Minecraft Bingo 4.0 test world. And my plan today is to try another 20 no bingo. I've implemented some more features. The last video that I did ended up getting tons of useful feedback from you all, and so I'm hoping that you all can potentially give me some more feedback on different things. One of the things I talked about in the previous video for 20 no bingo was kind of visualizing a plan for the card. Let's go ahead and just make a random card. And yeah, try to plan out a 20 no bingo. So let me take a look at this one really quickly and see what it is I think I want to skip. Okay, so I've come up with some possible ideas, and so to visualize them on the screen, what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to fake start. And so this starts the game here in the lobby. And I have a new thing in the bingo lobby, which is there's a chest of items that are laid out exactly like this card. And so I can test out an idea. And so one idea I was having was to do, I think, this as the 5 items that I would skip. And if I take a look at that, there's exactly one in each row, exactly one in each column, and there's at least one missing from both diagonals. So I believe I could skip those 5 items and get a 20 no bingo. And so that just gives me a way to visualize for you all what a possible plan might be, and just to kind of verify it or test it out or whatever. And then if I decide that's a plan that I want to stick with, or if I want to try a new plan, I can choose seed for card, and there's a new feature here that if you set the seed number to 0, it just refreshes the same card with the same seed number. And so I get the same card again, but I can kind of start over. And yeah, with this one, I'm going to do the fake start once more, because there was another plan that I was looking at, which is to think that cookies are bad. And so I might want to get rid of the cookie instead, in which case, if I do that, I think I still want to get rid of the pumpkin seeds out of this column. And now I've got this column and this column left. So I guess it would be this and this, I think. And so if I take a look at these, I've got one from every row, one from every column. And since I've got the pumpkin seeds, I definitely have both diagonals checked off. And those are all things that I could avoid. The pumpkin seeds, I just need to make sure I don't pick them up from a chest. A dungeon chest, for example. But I think that could be a good plan of things to avoid. It would require getting a saddle and an emerald, are kind of the harder items, but the rest of this doesn't look bad. And I think this might be the plan that I will actually do on this card. So we don't want either of the jungle items, so basically that's easy for me to remember. Skip the jungle items. We don't want blue rocks, skip the cyan dye. And we don't want the pumpkin seeds because it's in the middle, and excluding the middle is great for 20 no bingo, because it gets rid of 4 different bingo possibilities. And the hopper, I just need to not make the hopper. So jungle, blue rocks, pumpkin, and hopper are the things that I plan to skip. And you may have noticed some other changes as well that are going on here, but I'll talk about those as we actually get started in a real game. So let me go ahead and start the game. You might notice that there's seconds on the scoreboard on the right-hand side, and that's just, there's a bug in this snapshot with resetting scores on the scoreboard, and so that doesn't seem to reset. But that's Mojang's problem, not my problem. I've actually been, like, it took a few weeks for the snapshots to become kind of at all stable. Oh, of course there's a jungle here now. Okay, I'm not going to go reevaluating my plan just because there's a jungle here. As I get better at 20 no bingo, I can imagine reevaluating the plan in the future. Could be a smart thing to do, and having multiple plans, but for right now, it's still the case. I watched a few people last night play 20 no bingo for the first time, and it's very brain melting in the lobby, just like trying to wrap your head around it the first time you play and trying to figure out what's a good plan to formulate. So is this, am I just like up on, I guess I'm starting up really high. So let's go down here. There's a sheep that died in the wall. It's very sad when animals get suffocated during terrain generation. But I guess it's bonus for me because it means I can go pick up some free meat without having to do any work. And there weren't even any wolves around to help me out. So another feature that seemed contentious when I was tweeting about it on Twitter, and so I plan to just have it as an option that you could choose to turn on, but would not be the default, is when you get items, I have changed how it appears in the chat. And when I actually get my first item, we'll take a better look at it. For now, I will just leave you with that. Let's focus on getting some basic stuff going. Okay, so what do I need? I am going to need mushroom stew, and I see mushrooms here. Oops. Did not mean to set that down. I do also see coal here, and that will undoubtedly be useful. I forgot to count up how much iron I'm going to need on this card. I don't need the hopper, but I am going to need iron for all the other things that we may need. And so it doesn't look like there's a whole lot of iron on this card, though. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what the numbers are. Do I see a red mushroom over here? Let me go ahead and grab some of the food and or free food that we see over here. And let's see, I do need a flint. So yeah, I think possibly just, yeah, people did not love the idea of having it marked on the card for you during the game, because part of the challenge of the game is to kind of keep it all in your head. And so if it's marked on the card, you don't have to keep it in your head. But at the same time, as someone who makes videos, like, I also think it's important to be able to communicate your plan visually to your viewers before you start playing a card. And so I feel like this strategy kind of gives the best of both of those worlds, in terms of it gives me a chance to think things through at the beginning in a visual way so that you guys can see what I'm thinking in terms of what my plan is going to be. But then during the game, I still have the mental challenge. Oh, wow, pig seems to have suffocated over here as well somehow. I still have the mental challenge of trying to track all of it. Okay, I see red mushrooms over here, so we're going to go ahead and grab that. And our mushroom stew can be our first item. Let's go ahead and get some pork chops cooking. And I just threw away all my wood, but I'm going to need more wood anyway, so let's grab a fair bit more. And so one of the things that always bothered me in previous versions of Bingo was the fact that whenever you got an item, it covered up the chat text, ended up covering up a portion of the card in the offhand. And so I've changed it now to where there is leading white space, so the card is kind of not obscured by the chat. And so all the chat has moved to the right, and I also moved the timer over to the right just by adding a bunch of leading white spaces. And are there any squids here? There are squids here. Unfortunately, people can have different GUI sizes, different window sizes, and yeah, basically, I've ranted a bit about how I don't like how pretty much anything involving text in this game works. Yeah, and so basically, there aren't good ways to deal with it in general. So this is a specific case that works for me. I have it configurable in terms of the amount of space that goes in front. So that if you want to push it farther to the right or less far to the right, those are possible things that you can do. Or you can just turn it off and it'll work like Bingo used to work in terms of not having any leading white space in front of the lines. I've also kind of abbreviated. It just shows the item name, the time, and who got it, as opposed to saying Lorgon got Flint in 212, because when I added the kind of extra English words to spell it out, there was no longer room. You know what? I don't really need the pork chops cooked. I've got plenty of food. What I need to cook up is some Bingo items such as these. So let's get these started. And it would be great if I found some iron. So let's talk less about the Bingo mechanics and more about trying to get items. Okay, I got a couple seconds here. I already got my flint. I think I see a cave over there, and there's some sugarcane over there, which I'm not sure if I need. And eventually I'm going to need an egg. Oh, darn it. I did not realize I was running out of fuel in here. Do I see any chickens anywhere nearby? If so, this is a great time to go downstairs for a little bit. If not, not necessarily so. Oh, I still have Depth Strider boots on this, apparently. Never took that out of the testing configuration that I'm using, and I still haven't implemented all the various configurations that let you turn on and off night vision and Depth Strider boots and Elytra wings and a chest of starting items and whatever other configurable stuff like that I want to have kind of available by default. All right, there are ferns over here, and I'm going to need to get those. Let's go ahead and grab that. Let's get some iron cooking. And at this point, I should be using this. I can go ahead and craft this guy. And then I don't have beetroot stew in this card, so I don't plan to use the bowls. I'm not even going to try to burn them. Same with the wool. And the sugarcane, I'm going to need for fireworks rockets, so I'm going to need more of it. I don't see more of it right here. And with at least 2 of these, I can go ahead and get my shears. And then I'm going to throw away my shears after I get my little fern, because I do not want to accidentally shear a pumpkin and get pumpkin seeds, because that would ruin my 20-no bingo. So we will get rid of those. And with a little bit more, I think I will, I don't know, I guess I need an iron pick for gold, assuming I don't find gold another way. Oh, and I forgot to get sand for the glass bottles. Glass bottles I'm not skipping, right? Right. Yeah, so let's make sure that we grab some sand as well. And for the moment, I'll just fill this with water, but eventually we'll get a lava bucket. So once again, I'm skipping the jungle items, the pumpkin seeds, the cyan, and the hopper. Okay, I have that in my head. I also like the fact that I chose to skip the jungle items just because it makes it easier for me to remember what the plan is, because rather than remembering 2 items, it's like I can group those together in my head as 1 item. Okay, so ideally now, I do want to find a decent cave, but I really want to find chickens so that I can go caving beneath them. But let's do peek around, because I think, yeah, I need a saddle as a dungeon item, and so if we see anywhere that could lead to dungeons, it'd be good to take a peek. I heard a zombie, baby zombie over there. Single zombie does not a dungeon make. Go ahead and grab some more easy iron. And let's see, we're at 8 minutes and 28 seconds. Yeah, doesn't look like this is going anywhere too useful. I just want to peek, since it had so many directions that this cave goes, to see if there was an obvious dungeon somewhere. That's just a zombie. See a little bit more iron there. But yeah, let's try to go find a chicken on the surface before we head downstairs, I think, in order to minimize our waiting time on the chicken in the future. That is the plan. Is it a good plan? I'm not sure, but it seems plausible. Alright, we have plenty of food for the moment. An acacia sapling is another thing that I ought to go looking for, and I've completely been oblivious to while we're on the surface. And so that is a biome I can look for as well. Don't need an apple, so I don't need to worry about chopping down the swamp trees. And I should really update the card, actually. Not that I have that many items yet, but that'll be helpful. I'm going to need to kill spiders, both for the string to go fishing, as well as for the... don't see any dungeons down there. As well as for the spider eye. And did I hear a chicken just now? Okay, there's a pumpkin that I don't want to get. I did hear a chicken. Great. Okay, so we found our chickens. Oh, there's already an egg here. So apparently when I was going down that other cave, these guys were loaded. Okay, that's particularly useful to me at this point. So now I have a bit of freedom. It would still be good to find deserty biomes. Let's take a quick peek in here. Here's a dungeon. And it's a spider dungeon. That's actually pretty good. And if I can get a skeleton to shoot a spider. Nice. Okay, great. Just about everything we could want going on here. I think there's one more skeleton in here, possibly. Oh, no. Oh, yeah, there is. Okay, so let's kill the skeleton. I don't care if the spiders spawn again, because I need to fight them anyway. Although I do need to eat. So let's back up for a second. I guess if the spiders spawn, they're not going to immediately kill me. And I can eat another one and get a whole bunch of extra healing going. And there is this... Oh, crap, it could have pumpkin seeds in it. I'm pretty sure I don't see any pumpkin seeds. So I'm going to do that and update the card and make sure I didn't just get pumpkin seeds. Zing. Yes, okay. So that ended up being a positive. I don't have the spider eye yet, so let's try to get that. And I think I don't have enough string yet, too. Now I definitely do. Oh, I did have enough string. All right. And there's some iron over here that I might as well get while we're... Oh, there's another... I could try to get my saddle, since I haven't gotten that yet. Let's go ahead and kill... Oh boy, I see the creeper now. I didn't see him before. Crap. Alright, creeper. You want to help me out? Thank you. Let's... Ah, darn it. Okay. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to eat some food. Going to kill a few bad guys. Okay, there's my spider eye. I've gotten all the things I need from there, so let's make sure that we're backed up far enough that we're not spawning anymore. There's another spider eye. There's another spider eye. I saw No Leaf Clover got 3 spider eyes in a row recently on a card that did not contain a spider eye. And then the very next card he played, he needed the spider eye, and so of course he couldn't get one. It does seem like sometimes Minecraft Bingo knows the things you're after, and is very good at specifically not giving them to you. Alright. Let's go ahead and destroy this, because I don't need it anymore. Let's go ahead and kill this guy so that he doesn't get behind me when I'm fighting the zombies. And hey zombies, come over here so I can go raid your dungeon chest. And while I'm doing this, I could also be cooking up, sure, that. Just to be cooking something. There will be zombies on the surface that might start tracking to me now as well, which is kind of a shame. But let's hope we can get in here and break the spawner this time. Great. And not a saddle. There is a golden apple. And let me dump off things that I don't need. I guess that's basically pretty good for now. Okay, so we found a couple of dungeons. We were not lucky enough to get the saddle, which is kind of a shame. And I guess I'll let one more of these cook. I've got plenty of food right now. Alright, so we'll just let this cook. And actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to keep letting that cook while I go ahead and make the fishing rod, so that if at any point in the future I'm in a good place to stop and fish, I can just go ahead and do that. And this would be a good point also to go ahead and update the card once more. Alright, and I need to make sure I don't make the hopper. Alright. So, yeah, we're still looking for the acacia and the cactus, so we still want to find those biomes. Oh crap. At some point I need to get the sand to make the glass bottle, assuming I don't fish it up. Or kill a witch who gives me a potion with the glass bottle. And I guess since I have Depth Strider, I will take advantage of it. Yeah, I really need to hook up configuration options so I can turn these things on and off. Alright, and let's see. So, yeah, for those of you who kind of like understand the limitations of the GUI options and moving the text, kind of abbreviated text over to the right, so that it doesn't cover up the map in the offhand as you get items. Yeah. How do you feel about the feature? Is it something you would use? Is it something you wouldn't care about? Let me know your thoughts. People had mixed emotions about the lava bucket on the card. It currently sometimes appears in place of the cauldron, so it's kind of like the easy version of the cauldron. Cauldron takes 7 iron. Lava bucket only takes 3 iron, but also requires you to actually find some lava somewhere. So that is that item. Are there other new items on this card? I didn't even really look to see if the new items were appearing. We actually have the normal rail rather than the detector rail or the activator rail. So those are not new. I do need some more of this. Gonna come under fire from skeleton, but I can just try to run away. And still not seeing any dry biomes over here. So we'll just keep moving. Let's see. Other bingo development stuff. I put the logo, Minecraft Bingo 4.0, on the bottom of the card. Basically, kind of took the old logo and sliced it up into 4 structure blocks and changed the 3.1 to 4.0. That was pretty much all that I did. And I still haven't figured out what I want to put in the right margin on the card. I was also tweeting about that. I could put a link to the subreddit URL. I could draw some art there. And the old card, it said lowercase b, capital D, lowercase I, lowercase a, which represented the non-default terrain generation options that Minecraft Bingo has. Lowercase b being tiny biomes, capital D being many dungeons, lowercase I being no itestone, that is no diorite, andesite, or granite, and lowercase a being no abandoned mine shafts, since those are the non-default terrain features that are in the Minecraft Bingo customized world. And so I wanted kind of a shorthand reminder to remind people of that, so I put that on the card. There's a mushroom biome over there. Let's hop in a boat to try to find the biomes that we're struggling to find at the moment. So, boats, boats, boats. Ooh, I made a dark oak boat. I'm not sure that I've seen one of those yet. Alrighty. I mean, I guess even in 1.11 we had the 6 different types of boats, didn't we? I feel like I don't remember making one out of dark oak, but maybe I'm making it up. You can now in 1.13 make, I think maybe like wooden buttons of all 6 colors of wood. And, oh, that was a weird lag spike. I've not encountered that before. You can make all the trapdoors, I think, now of all the different types of wood. And basically with the flattening, it used to be the case that things like wool, there's 16 colors of wool, and they were all 1 block ID, just with different damage values. But with the flattening now, every block is its own unique block ID, and you're no longer limited. The game is no longer limited to 255 block IDs. And so one can imagine that they will begin adding a lot more blocks to the game because they have the capability to do so now. And so people who have been waiting for stairs of different blocks, for example, I don't think Mojang's just going to give all of them kind of all at once. That's a really tall acacia tree. Can I find a shorter one? Looks like there's some shorter ones over here. And I just need the 1 cactus, right? Because I'm not going for the cyan dye, yeah. So let's go ahead. I don't know. That was not an efficient way to grab a cactus since I'm not stopping there and I don't need the crafting table. Okay, this acacia tree suits my liking in terms of chopping down to try to get the sapling. Alright, zombie. Come at me. Hiya! Hiya! And while I'm standing here, what else could I be cooking? I have some iron to cook now. So let's get that cooking. And that's probably not enough acacia tree to guarantee that we are going to get our sapling. So let's chop down another one over here as well. And let's see, I could also go fishing while all of this is happening. And so where's the nearest water? I don't need an ender pearl. There's water over here. Is that a baby husk? I think it is, and I'm not happy about it. Fishing. And if I'm fishing, I can't fish up pumpkin seeds accidentally. If I were to fish up a saddle, that would actually help me. Yeah, fishing becomes more dangerous. You have to get the cod, which means on average you'll have to fish twice because it's about a 50% chance. And yeah, I think that means people are going to get slightly more... Okay, there's a pufferfish, so that didn't help me. Slightly more random items during fishing, which I think will be kind of fun and interesting. Item repair, I'm not sure that everyone will feel the same way. I'm not going to bother cooking more of those. I've got plenty of cooked food at this point. Other things I can get rid of. I don't need the extra spider eyes. I don't need... Oops. Okay, got another pufferfish. That's unlikely. I guess pufferfish is only like a 10% chance or something. So the chance of getting 2 of those in a row as my first 2 fishing things is like 1 in 100 or something ridiculous. A third pufferfish. That's 1 in 1,000. I have the vague impression, we talked about getting 3 spider eyes in a row, that Minecraft's... Okay, and there's a salmon, which also doesn't help. Minecraft's random number generator, like, is not quite as random as one would expect. I could actually... That would be an interesting thing to do, like, empirical tests on, is to try to see if Minecraft's random number generator is somehow biased. Depending upon where you think the source of the bias comes from, though, there's a whole lot of different... There's a 4th pufferfish. This definitely, like, the fishing loot tables should not be giving me 3 pufferfish and a salmon. And if the loot tables don't actually match up to the actual in-game probabilities, I just got a sharpness 3, protection 3 book. Yeah, like I said, the expected number of times that you ought to need to fish for a cod is 2. There's another salmon. So yeah, the odds of this happening are low enough that I think there might be a bias in the random number generator table, and if so, I think the right thing to do then, in order to understand it, there's another salmon, is to look at the code. Yeah, so I'd have to take a look at the source code. Yeah, I might need to do that, though. Oh, crap, he found me. I don't know how, but he found me. Run for it, Marty! Alright. I'll try fishing once more, and then I'll probably go back to my furnace, and we can try finishing this later. Oh, there we go. Okay, when there's not a baby husk around. So I got way too many things. I'll have to go back and count. But the odds of that happening were not astronomically low, but very, very low. And so I do think that something might be wrong with Minecraft's random number generator or loot tables or something. So I might have to look into that. Okay, I still have not cooked up... I have a furnace. Still have not cooked up the cactus or the glass bottles. So let's go ahead and get them going right now. And then I still haven't found an emerald. Do I have the paper? I do have the paper. Yeah, I should not have put these things away yet. So go ahead and make this. Okay, we're closing in on 20 no bingo. I'm going to need to go downstairs for glass. I need to find lava at some point. Or glass. Gold is the thing I was trying to say. And then first row, I'm about to get the glass bottle. Second row, lava bucket will be easy. Third row, the rail. I can make the rail right now. So let's go ahead and do that. Fourth row, I've already got 4 of the 6 gold, actually. And fifth row, the saddle. The saddle is still potentially the long pole here. All right, but let's go ahead and make these. And I kind of love this book, but I'm going to throw it out because it's not useful to me in this challenge. And I don't need the mushrooms for anything. I don't need the gunpowder anymore. And let's go ahead and convert those into those. And I think we are ready to go. Okay. 16 and 25 minutes. Great. All right, so we need to find a village or an extreme hills to go after the emerald. And the saddle, I think, will come next time we go downstairs regardless, probably. Let's also take a peek every time there's a little cave to see if it looks like it's going downstairs to where there might be a dungeon. And if I were extreme hills, I guess I can hop back in the boat for a little bit until I see something that's assuredly extreme hills, or see the possibility of a village. Of course, I've been throwing a few things out. If there's any chance I'm going to be trading with villagers, well, I guess if I see the village, I might have to go mine up a bunch of coal or something like that. If I see tons of sugarcane, moving forward, I should hold on to it. And Yeah, I guess a desert pyramid could also help me out tremendously. Because it could have the gold, it could have the saddle. There's another little lag spike. Getting more lag spikes today. And actually, let me hit F3 really quick. I'm not sure if I'm using more memory than usual or something. Alright, I thought there was some kind of cave entrance here. There is not. Let's go across the desert and see if we can find a pyramid or a village. Or peek quickly into here. I don't hear any monsters, and so there isn't a cave. Or sorry, isn't a dungeon right at the surface. Yeah, no signs of the structures that I want here. That looks like Extreme Hills over there. So let's take a better look to see if it looks like it's a big Extreme Hills, and if so, I think we'll try to do caving underneath it. Try to get our emerald, and it looks like there might even be a cave entrance here, or is that just a lake? I think that might just be a lake, kind of carved into the side of the rock. That is very suspicious. Let's take a quick look and see if this is a spider dungeon. Yeah, it's definitely the case that I was digging directly in front of me and I was getting sounds out of my right earphone only for a moment there. Alright, now I only hear the one spider. Or 0 spiders, as the case may be. Do I see any signs of a dungeon here? That's just a single block. No, it was coming down from above. Alright. I thought it was a spider dungeon. Now I don't think it's a spider dungeon anymore. Let's move on. I may need a saddle, but there will be other opportunities to get it, I expect. Although perhaps whatever I was hearing is right here. I don't see it, though. It does look like the same spot. I still only hear the one spider. So that makes me think it's not a dungeon and not worth it. Looks like there's a cave here, and this is definitely Extreme Hills based on the height. So let's hop in here. Ah, it's not really a cave. But I'm in Extreme Hills. We need to dig down to get a little bit of gold. And find some lava. An iron pick would actually help me at this point. Do I have the iron to do it? I do. Let's go ahead and make my iron pickaxe. Oh, and I still need the redstone, too. Forgot all about the redstone that I'm going to need for the powered rail. So let's get that. I'm not sure if that was my bug or if that's the stupid Minecraft doesn't respond to click events properly bug. Or feature, as I'm sure the developers like to call it. Alright, I need to listen for lava. Yeah, once again, the sound is only coming out of my right earpiece. So that's definitely a bug. I should report it. I'm going to make a note of that really quick. Actually, I'll just put my pen right there. And I'll be like, why is my pen there? And then I'll be like, ah, it's to report the sound bug. Okay, here is the redstone. And here is the lava. I have a separate bucket, and I'm going to use that so I can keep my water bucket, because the water bucket will still be useful here. And I did just pick up redstone, right? Yes, I did. Okay, so we're looking for gold. And there's the gold. Great. Let's go ahead. And here's the 2 pieces that I need. Let's get a little bit of smelty going on. And I can't believe I still only have 1 furnace in this run, but it's just because I'm a slacker and I don't feel like making another one right now. And then is there anything else that I need? I'm still looking for the emerald down here. Right. We're back in an ocean, and so I need to head back in the direction of Extreme Hills and just see if I can find a cave. And we still need the saddle. Right. Okay. And I forgot to craft myself some sticks, which I'm going to need now. And I could have been doing that while I was waiting, but I'm a slacker. Alright, but we're up to 18 items. So the only 2 items we need are a saddle and an emerald. Sadly, both those are difficult rare items. I'm going to put up F3 for a bit, just to find our way. Okay, Extreme Hills is kind of back this way. Is there much cave here? Like, does it go in another direction? Let me get blocks on the bar. That would be super fantastic. Okay, and I did pick my boat back up because I may need it. And yes, there is cave here. Still in Extreme Hills at the moment, so let's go looking around. Okay, there's lapis, which I don't want to get, and now we're back in the plains. So we're not going to find our whatchamacallit here. And Extreme Hills here. Maybe this goes in some direction. Extreme Hills still. Yeah, still Extreme Hills here. All right, I'll take a look down there in a minute. Still Extreme Hills here. Okay, let's take F3 off the screen and let's just go down in this little section of the cave and see if we can find the rock that we desire. I don't know that we're necessarily going to find it. I'll take a quick peek down here, but it's not a huge cave. There's not a ton of exposed blocks. And so the likelihood of seeing, this could be useful. Just have a diamond pickaxe. And possibly a diamond axe. I don't know that'll make the sword. But let's make the diamond pickaxe, and that'll make some things easier. And you know what? I probably don't need the wooden pickaxe, the stone pickaxe, or the iron pickaxe at this point. What do you think? Alright. Got rid of some things I don't need, and then where's the skeleton that I hear? Because I definitely hear a skeleton around here. It sounds like he's this way. The fact that the sounds have been unreliable in the snapshots... Okay, there is another cave over here. We can just explore it. Here's a skeleton. Hey, buddy. Alright. I am not seeing this going in. It still does go somewhere. Let's do that. And then I can run over here. Okay, no emeralds here. No dungeons with saddles here. And how about back in this direction? There's a witch. Which is not super great. Okay, got hit with some slowness. And the poison's coming next. Ouch. Alright, here we go. Let's kill the witch. Alright. She didn't even have a drop. What a jip. Alright, any signs of emeralds over here? Or here? Probably out of the Extreme Hills. No, I'm still in the Extreme Hills. Okay. Still worth looking around. Sure, pull up. That's fine. Going through a bit of my food pretty fast here, but I still have another set of meat to work with. Okay, cave system here is actually pretty decent size, although I'm back in the deep ocean now over here. But there's a dungeon, and we still need the saddle, so let's go check that out. Come on. And what kind of dungeon is it? Looks like it might be zombies. Zombies, not so bad. I'm gonna take a risk. Alright, seems to have paid off. You were the danger. Crap. Now everybody's a danger. Alright. Zombies as meat shields. Alright, please hit one of them. Skeleton, come on. Is there a second dungeon over here? I think there might be. I don't have a torch. Alright, we did not get the saddle. Just in case it's useful, I've got those things. Yeah, let's take a quick peek in here. Oh, crap. Let's do... This is not the smartest thing I've ever done. But I'm going to do this, just to get the skeleton not shooting at me. And then I just want to see if there's a chest in here. Okay, I just spawned some more zombies. Let's kill these guys. I just spawned more. Can I see if there's a chest? There is a chest. Oh, I can reach this one. And it does not have the saddle. And there is a chest over here as well. Can I reach it? I cannot, unless I kill all these guys. You know what I can probably do? If I do that... it didn't work quite the way I wanted. Oh, and now I don't have a tool. Oh, darn it. Oh, boy. Just what you wanted to see. You know what? The sword could actually be useful at this moment in time. Because I can hit multiple zombies with it at once. Oh, and now my water bucket's finally doing its thing. Great. Okay, and so, if I heal up, and then get good food on the bar, and have an enchanted golden apple on the bar in case I need it here in a moment, then I ought to be able to do this, and this. Okay, there's not the thing I need. Pick the water bucket back up, and You know what? I can leave the crafting table behind. Okay, so we didn't get any of the things we need. We're outside of the extreme hills over here. Hopefully a skeleton's not going to shoot me into the lava right there. And this way might still be extreme hills. That says deep ocean, but it might be curling back around in the extreme hills direction. And furthermore, it's given us... Okay, and now I can use my sword. Okay, let's see if I can manage to hit multiple guys at once. Right, you can't crit and hit them at once, can you? I think if you're critting, you can't, unless you have sweeping edge, maybe? Okay, don't pick up the pumpkin seeds, Brian. That would be fatal. And Stone Beach, we're close to the extreme hills again here. So I think this way brings us back into the extreme hills. That creeper did not have a hissing noise for some reason. But yeah, I don't think... I keep switching to the golden apple, thinking that it is going to be an axe, but it's not. Yeah. Okay, I think we're not in extreme hills anymore. We still haven't found our saddle. I think it's time to head back upstairs and look for a different place to go. And so I'm just going to dig my way back up, because at this point I have no idea how I came down here. And if we're underneath the river, I ought not have to go very far to the surface. Yeah, and so once again, we're looking for a saddle and an emerald. And yeah, I'm kind of surprised that we haven't found the saddle as well, because I think a saddle is in something like 1 in 5 dungeon chests. And, well, I guess we've only done... It might even be greater than that. But I guess we've only done, I don't know, maybe 8 dungeon chests or something so far this run. I haven't been keeping count. So that one is not as improbable as the whole fishing fiasco that we had earlier. Yeah, it's definitely the case if I'm looking straight down or straight up, I think, that it seems like the sound is only coming out of my right earpiece. Yeah, I think I have more clearly now an understanding of at least a portion of that bug. All right, so that'll be easy to report. And looks like I can swim my way to happiness over here. Okay, we're coming up on 40 minutes. And so this is turning into a longer episode than I was hoping. Other bingo features that I have implemented or I'm thinking about implementing. Here's my boat. Let's see. I know I've implemented a few other things in this version. I'm trying to think of what I implemented. I really need a big checklist. Well, I have a few checklists, but it's mostly of things that I need to do, and I have less that's demonstrating things that are done. That's another big extreme hills. That has some possibilities, but let's go around the corner first and see if there is any signs of a village where we might be able to do some trading for an emerald. And as for the saddle, Ooh, is that a village? Yes, it is. Okay, great. So, and it's just turning daytime, which is terrific, because it means we don't have to worry about the villagers dying. There's another lag spike. Oh, and memory. It's only allocating a meg of memory because you can't use any of the non-default options due to a bug in either the launcher or in Minecraft. It's kind of unclear, but I've filed the bug and gotten it acknowledged. Yeah, so it might be a memory pressure issue. Okay, I've already cooked up all my pork chops. You want a bunch of wheat, and there is wheat here, and I have bones, right? Yeah, so I could probably get the wheat for this guy. I think it was 22 wheat that he said he wanted. Okay, there's not going to be quite enough here, I don't think. He's going to try to harvest it himself if I'm not careful, isn't he? So let's go ahead. I don't know a whole lot about villagers and farming and all the crazy behaviors that villagers have these days, because I've never really been interested in villagers. But it might be important for me to know more about it for the purposes of bingo. That one grew on its own. Great. I'm just trying to grow the ones that seem like they're closest to maturity. Okay, how much do I have? 26. That should be enough. Hey, sir, would you like to give me an emerald? You would? That's terrific. All right, we got the emerald. All we need is a saddle. And let's see, is there good foods here that I want to eat? There's more wheat. So I could make myself some bread just to make sure that I have it. So I think I will try to finish this card because a saddle could come at any moment. Yeah, but let's get ourselves some more bread. And then I guess, yeah, any cave we see, basically, we should just hop down into the cave and try to find a dungeon. Okay, so I want that on the bar, that on the bar. I still need blocks on the bar still. So we'll switch to those in a moment. Okay, great. Oh, and I need an axe. An axe is a necessity, and I guess at this point I can afford to make an iron one. Alright, and I prefer to have the enchanted golden apple on the bar. Yeah, so if we see a dungeon, we could just go running into it and eat the enchanted golden apple and hope that it's going to win us the game, for example. Okay, and I don't think there's anything else useful the villages are going to give me. I don't know if there's like a saddle trade, but it would be a late trade, and it would just take forever to unlock all the trades to get there, I'm fairly certain. If there even is a saddle trade, maybe you can't trade for a saddle. Alright, so we're just looking for caves and or dungeons. And or structures such as a pyramid that might have a saddle in it as well. Alright, and all the while we want to make sure we don't get melons, and I'm just going to quickly update the card just to re-verify that I know what I'm doing. Yeah, saddle, I believe, will win us the 20 no bingo. And this version of bingo will actually recognize it and say, Brian got 20 no bingo. Actually, I guess it'll say Oregon 111 got 20 no bingo because it doesn't know my name is Brian, but you get the idea. Nevertheless, yeah, I think this would be a good time to do some fast forwarding. Doesn't look like that is going anywhere. It looks like it just kind of dead ends. There might have been a hole that was leading down further. But with a very vertical drop, it's kind of a big penalty if you go down there and it's a dead end, because then you have to kind of climb back out. Oh yeah, my frames are definitely dropping a lot. And I have a feeling it's memory in the garbage collector. But it's because I'm not able to allocate plenty more memory to the game. Well, I'm only, I don't know, 40% certain that that's the issue. Yeah, that even might be a bit high, but that's definitely one possibility. There's a few other possibilities, actually, that I can look into after this game. So I should look into performance problems as well. Okay, so after the game, I'm going to make sure that the sound bug is reported, and I'm sure anyone else who's been playing, I expect that that's a bug that's already on the bugs website, bugs.mojang.com, but I will verify it, and then the launcher bug that doesn't let you allocate the memory is there, and then there's a couple of things that I could check that might be related to the lag spikes that I'm getting in this game. That looks like a cave over here, or possibly a dungeon. Either way, it could be valuable. Oh, there's a stick here. It's a dungeon. Does it have what I need? Saddle! Hooray! Lorgon got 20 no bingo! Click to go to lobby. I shall. Da 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 da! Big lag spike. Ah. And I moved the ceiling a little bit higher so that you can kind of like see the whole Minecraft bingo board from underneath, which I think looks kind of cool. All right, we got 20 no bingo. Yeah, I didn't even eat my golden apples. What a shame. And yeah, got a chance to plan it out using this chest to visualize it beforehand, but then still had the memory requirement of trying to keep track of all the things that I was planning not to get during the game. I think I did a better job of the memory aspect of this game, and yeah, I don't know. I felt I got a little bit unlucky with some of the random number generation in this one. Yeah, I'm going to have to go re-review that as well. Okay, yeah, so many things to review. In any case, leave any feedback that you have, especially with regards to the way that I did White space. Oh, Orgone is updating the bingo map. Still covers up the card. I didn't notice that before, so I want leading white space in front of that probably as well, for if you want to turn on that option. Yeah, or anything else that you've seen. Yeah, people had a bunch of great feedback and great ideas in the previous video, so keep them coming. I really appreciate it. Hope as always that you guys are having a great day, and I'll see you when I see you. Bye-bye.